One of the big things about vegetable tanned leather that causes us the most grief is a customer that says, I have to have the best veg tanned leather. I only work with the best. What's the problem with that, Rusty?
Well, it's a natural product. The best is, for one thing, what you find to be the best may not be the same thing I find to be the best. That's, you know, one aspect of it, but it being a natural product is really where the key is.
That's right. So let's take that into consideration and give you a really critical piece of information concerning the grading and the quality of leather. Here's the deal. All these pieces of leather are tanned in the same pit at the tannery or in the same drum. So when all that leather comes out, it's all the same quality.
Well, and that's the other thing, is you don't know what you've got until it comes out of the pit or the drum.
That's right. So the leather can't be graded until it's all the way through the tanning process. It's that simple. So who grades the leather?
The tannery.
Yeah.
The leather grader, that's his job.
That's his job. Typically there's only one, and there will be a backup guy, but that's why the consistency is there with leather grading, because there's only one guy grading it. Now, he may have a little inconsistency, he's human, but for the most part, one guy grades the leather. What's the deal with grading? What is it, Rusty, that separates an A grade from a D grade?
Well, and let's differentiate grade from quality.
Okay.
Because quality, it all came out of the same pit, possibly came off the same animal.
So
it's all the same quality of leather.
Grades don't have anything to do with quality.
They do not. So
let me repeat that. Grades have nothing to do with quality.
I agree.
All right.
Grade is dictated by surface defects, bug bites, holes, unhealed or healed over scars, and their placement on the piece of leather.
Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying an A grade piece of leather can have a hole in it?
Yes. It can't have as many holes in it as a B grade could have. It could also be cuts or marks on the back of the leather and their placement. So the further out in the edges of the leather, the better the grade of leather could be.
Could be.
Could be.
Okay. So when the tanner gets in a load of hides, let's say all he gets is 1,000 hides, how many of those are A grades?
2%.
2%? He gets 20 A grades out of 1,000 hides.
Maybe.
How about that? Well, how can he offer A grade hides all the time? Good question.
Well, that is a good question, because the best that the tannery has at the time is their A grade.
Boy, you know, I remember when I first heard that, a light bulb went off over my head because I figured it out. The best, just like you said, the best leather they have at the moment is their A grade leather.
That's right.
So if they don't have any A grade leather, you're going to get B's sold to you as A grade leather.
And you're going to pay for A grade leather.
And you're going to pay for A grade leather. So
no, I was just going to say, no tannery ever intentionally tans anything other than A grade leather.
Okay, makes sense to me. So if I understand right, what you're telling me is an A grade hide can have holes in it, a B grade can have holes, but they'll probably be in a B grade hide that with holes, the holes will be more in the usable area.
Yeah. The further out the holes are, the less effect they have on the grade.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Scratches,
so if you
scars,
got a hole
brands.
out by the edge, the size of a quarter, who cares?
Right.
Because they're not going to use it anyway. Well, okay, so then a C grade would probably have more damage, and a D grade would have even more. So now let me ask you this. Does a B grade hide tool better than a D grade hide?
No.
Are you kidding me?
They came out of the same pit or the same drum. They were tanned with the same solution at the same time for the same amount of time. The leather's going to tool the same.
So if I understand you right, and I feel like I do, if I get in a hide, a side, and it's got this big old nasty brand down in the butt, and I cut that brand off, it's no longer a D grade, but the rest of that leather could be B grade or A.
Exactly.
So these people that are telling me, oh, I only tool with A grade leather, well, they can tool A grade leather from a D grade hide.
Exactly.
Okay. I hope you guys remember that, because while you may already have an understanding of grading versus quality, a lot of people don't. What would a good example be, Rusty?
As far as imperfections?
Working around them. What kind of project would allow that?
Well, especially if you're cutting sheaths, holsters, smaller pieces out, you're able to, if there's a scratch right in the middle, you're able to cut here on one and here on the other, and
Makes
that
total
piece
sense
didn't
to me.
go to waste.
And you save $2 a foot on a piece on a 24-foot side. You save
48
50 bucks. Spend your money wisely. So once you have an understanding of how the leather industry works, it gives you some knowledge, and that translates into power as to how to spend your money.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.